ball, RJ.
Today we're going to talk about Perrion Winfrey and what his commitment means to Oklahoma, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, we're going to talk about Perrion Winfrey committing to the University of Oklahoma as a junior college defensive lineman. Now, this is outstanding news for Oklahoma for multiple reasons. The first of which I would believe is fairly obvious to folks who follow Oklahoma football recruiting closely, and that is he's a defensive lineman. Now, there's growing suspicion about whether or not he's going to play defensive tackle or defensive end, and we'll probably get that bared out in a few days or even over the next few months. But the man has been listed as end. The man has been listed as a tackle. Gotta believe he's going to be playing some tackle at Oklahoma, which is an even bigger deal because Oklahoma is not particularly, shall we say, opulent at the defensive tackle position. That's rich for those of you that don't actually want to use the dictionary because you're on YouTube. Look, I understand that no matter where you think this ought to fall for Oklahoma recruiting, this is actually the biggest recruiting get for OU in this 2020 class, if you're asking me. And I would include Jace McClellan in that conversation because running backs to Oklahoma, you know you're going to get. Maybe you won't always get a Jace McClellan, but you're going to get pretty good running backs. Wide receivers at Oklahoma, you got 3 of them. I think they're all 3 kind of projects, but you're always going to be able to get wide receivers at Oklahoma. Defensive backs, really big deal. Dante Manning. Ryan Watts. Ryan Watts is a unicorn, 6'3" cornerback. Actually wants to play cornerback. Might end up playing some safety. We'll have to wait and see. But defensive lineman at Oklahoma, that's what it is, right? We're talking about defensive tackles being the straw that stirs the drink defensively for any football program, for anyone at any level. If you have dominant defensive linemen, you're going to win a lot of football games because dominant defensive linemen take out dominant offensive linemen and they get to crushing quarterbacks. And when you crush quarterbacks, you fold entire offenses. You saw this with Clemson last year, who won a national championship. You saw it with Oklahoma when Alabama went to work on the best offensive line in football. Quinnen Williams basically became a top draft pick, if he wasn't already, in that game with the way that he went by and through Creed Humphrey, Drew Samia, guys that got drafted, one that will get drafted, tugged Kyler Murray down by his shirt. I continue to believe that if Alex Grinch is going to turn around this defense at Oklahoma, yes, the scheme needs to change. You know that I wanted the scheme to change. Yes, you're going to have to develop players that are already on the roster, but you're also going to have to land elite junior college defensive linemen like Perrion Winfrey, and in the process, elite defensive linemen that are coming straight out of high school. And as I have been very, 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 very loud saying, great defensive linemen do not... I hate saying things like fall off trees. They're just not out there in the way that great skill players are, because find me a big, strong, dancing bear and I'll show you 3 pretty good quarterbacks. Find me a big, strong defensive tackle and I will show you 5 pretty good wide receivers. Growing dudes that are 6'4", 6'5", weigh 305 pounds and absolutely get off the ball. Those are unicorns. And it seemed for a very long time, and by very long time, I mean like the last 5-6 years, Alabama, Clemson, Florida State, those have been LSU, those have been the places that have been landing the Perrion Winfreys of the world. Now, Neville Gallimore aside, you can say that that's bearing out to be true for Oklahoma. And now, Perrion Winfrey, you had a guy who had offers from Penn State, LSU, Alabama, Florida State, among others, right? It's not as if this is an also-ran. This is an elite 4-star guy, according to Top 247. I got to develop great out of Iowa Western Community College, who came to Oklahoma, it was the only visit that he scheduled, said if it went well to OU Insider's Brandon Drum, this is what it's going to be for me. I'm going to commit. And dude, got the eyes popped for him last night. That's another segment altogether about the unaccounted for eyes and who they could be and why they could be. But this is a really, really good get for Oklahoma in June, on top of all these secret commits to Lincoln Riley that we are really fortunate to just know about. But you know that it's about to get biblical. You're just unsure about whether or not it's going to be offensive or defensive. And this defensive line commit is a really big deal for all the folks who are like, yeah, cool, but where's the meat? Now you have meat. All right, that is it for me. Deuces.